Welcome to our video on data privacy and cross-border data flows. In today's digital world, personal and business data travels across borders at the speed of light. But what does data privacy really mean, and why is it so important? Data privacy refers to the protection of personal information from unauthorized access, use, or disclosure. As more organizations rely on cloud services and global networks, understanding how data is managed and protected has become crucial. In this video, we'll explore the basics of data privacy, the challenges of cross-border data flows, and what you need to know to stay informed. Personal data includes any information that can identify an individual, such as names, addresses, phone numbers, or even online identifiers like IP addresses. With the rise of digital services, more of our personal data is being collected and stored than ever before. This makes it essential for organizations to handle this information responsibly. Understanding what qualifies as personal data is the first step in protecting your privacy and ensuring compliance with laws and regulations. Data privacy is not just a legal requirement, it's a fundamental right. When organizations protect personal data, they build trust with customers and partners. On the other hand, data breaches can lead to identity theft, financial loss, and reputational damage. As data moves across borders, the risks increase, making strong privacy practices more important than ever. By understanding the value of data privacy, individuals and organizations can make informed decisions about how their information is used and shared. Cross-border data flows refer to the movement of data between countries, often as part of global business operations or cloud computing services. For example, when you send an email or use a social media platform, your data might be stored on servers located in different countries. This global movement of data enables innovation and efficiency, but it also raises questions about how data is protected and which laws apply. Technology plays a huge role in enabling cross-border data flows. Cloud computing, mobile devices, and the internet make it easy to share and access information from anywhere in the world. However, these technologies also create new challenges for data privacy. Organizations must ensure that their systems are secure and that data is protected, no matter where it is stored or processed. Different countries have different laws and regulations governing data privacy and cross-border data flows. Some regions, like the European Union, have strict rules about how personal data can be transferred outside their borders. Understanding these legal frameworks is essential for businesses operating internationally, as non-compliance can result in hefty fines and loss of reputation. General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, is one of the most well-known data privacy laws. It applies to any organization that processes the personal data of EU residents, regardless of where the organization is based. The GDPR sets strict requirements for data protection, including rules for cross-border data transfers. Organizations must ensure that data sent outside the EU is given adequate protection. Beyond the GDPR, many countries have their own data privacy laws. For example, the United States has sector-specific regulations, while countries like Brazil and Japan have comprehensive data protection laws. These differences can make compliance complex for multinational organizations, requiring them to adapt their practices to meet various legal requirements. Some countries have introduced data localization laws, which require certain types of data to be stored within national borders. These laws are designed to protect national security and ensure government access to data. However, they can also create challenges for businesses that rely on global cloud services, as they may need to set up local data centers or change their operations. While cross-border data flows enable global business, they also introduce risks. Data sent to another country may be subject to different privacy laws, and some countries may not offer the same level of protection. This can expose individuals and organizations to unauthorized access, surveillance, or misuse of data. Understanding these risks is key to making informed decisions about data sharing. To address these risks, organizations use various mechanisms to ensure data is protected during cross-border transfers. These include standard contractual clauses, binding corporate rules, and certifications. Each mechanism provides a legal framework for transferring data while maintaining privacy and security standards. Standard contractual clauses, or SCCs, are legal agreements approved by regulators to ensure that data transferred outside a country receives adequate protection. Organizations can use these clauses in their contracts with partners or service providers to meet legal requirements and safeguard personal data. Binding corporate rules, or BCRs, are internal policies adopted by multinational companies to protect personal data across their global operations. These rules must be approved by data protection authorities and provide a consistent level of protection, regardless of where the data is processed. Encryption is a powerful tool for protecting data during cross-border transfers. By converting data into a coded format, encryption ensures that only authorized parties can access the information. This adds an extra layer of security, making it much harder for hackers or unauthorized users to intercept or misuse data. Many organizations rely on cloud service providers to store and process data. These providers often operate data centers in multiple countries, making cross-border data flows a routine part of business. It's important for organizations to choose providers that comply with relevant privacy laws and offer strong security measures. Privacy by design is an approach that integrates data protection into every stage of product or service development. By considering privacy from the start, organizations can build systems that protect data automatically, reducing the risk of breaches and ensuring compliance with laws. Individuals have rights over their personal data, including the right to access, correct, or delete their information. Organizations must obtain clear consent before collecting or sharing data, especially when transferring it across borders. Respecting user rights is essential for building trust and complying with privacy laws. If a data breach occurs, organizations are often required to notify affected individuals and authorities. Timely notification helps minimize harm and allows users to take steps to protect themselves. Different countries have different rules about when and how breaches must be reported. When organizations share data with third parties such as vendors or partners, they must ensure these parties also follow privacy laws and security standards. Third-party risks can be significant, especially when data crosses borders, so due diligence and strong contracts are essential. The data minimization principle means collecting only the data that is necessary for a specific purpose. By limiting the amount of data collected and stored, organizations reduce the risk of breaches and make compliance with privacy laws easier. Transparency means being open about how data is collected, used, and shared. Accountability requires organizations to take responsibility for protecting data and complying with laws. Together, these principles help build trust and ensure that data privacy is taken seriously. Data privacy and cross-border data flows have a major impact on businesses. Companies must invest in compliance, security, and training to protect data and avoid penalties. At the same time, strong privacy practices can be a competitive advantage, helping businesses win customer trust and expand globally. Consumers expect organizations to protect their personal data and respect their privacy. Meeting these expectations is not only a legal requirement but also essential for maintaining a positive reputation. Companies that fail to protect data risk losing customers and facing public backlash. Emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things are creating new opportunities and challenges for data privacy. These technologies collect and process vast amounts of data, often across borders, making it even more important to have strong privacy protections in place. Because data flows do not stop at national borders, international cooperation is essential for effective data privacy protection. Countries and organizations are working together to develop common standards and frameworks, making it easier to manage cross-border data flows while protecting privacy. As technology evolves, so do the challenges and solutions for data privacy. We can expect to see new laws, better technologies, and more informed consumers in the years ahead. Staying up to date with these changes is essential for anyone who handles personal data. Individuals can take steps to protect their own data privacy. Use strong passwords, be cautious about sharing personal information online, and understand the privacy policies of the services you use. Staying informed and vigilant is the best way to keep your data safe. Organizations should implement best practices for data privacy, such as regular security audits, employee training, and clear data handling policies. By making privacy a priority, companies can reduce risks and build stronger relationships with customers and partners. Let's look at a real-world example. A global company suffered a data breach when personal data was transferred to a country with weaker privacy laws. The breach resulted in financial losses and damaged the company's reputation. This case highlights the importance of understanding cross-border data risks and implementing strong safeguards. In summary, data privacy and cross-border data flows are critical issues in our connected world. By understanding the risks, legal frameworks, and best practices, both individuals and organizations can protect personal information and build trust. Stay informed, stay secure, and remember that privacy is everyone's responsibility.